Okay, so let's talk about the first decision we have to make. And I'll be honest and say, I think for the majority of you, this isn't a decision you have to worry about, but it's one I want to raise anyway, which is film versus digital. When I started in the 1980s doing photography, everything was film. Digital photography barely existed. If it existed at all, I don't think it really did. And honestly, for the better part of more than a century or a century and a half, when you thought about photography, you were talking about film photography. You took your camera, you typically opened up the back, you had somewhere to open it, and you put in what was called a roll of film, and it was a kind of a polymer style strip that you would expose light to. And it would then take, when you took the picture, you would expose light to it, and it would capture the image. Now, they came in little rolls, like I've shown you here. There were cartridges. There was like the 110 cartridge. You also had plates. In the early days, you had plates. And you even had plates for quite a while. So, you had this idea of film photography. Digital photography started in the 1990s, around 1996, 97. I can't remember when that first Kodak digital camera came out that was a consumer grade. Everybody could afford a digital camera. Honestly, they were interesting, quote, toys. They were more of a demonstration of that technology. And at that point in time, I can make the argument that you had to choose because film was so much higher quality. There was so much more capabilities. And digital was just getting off its feet. Honestly, for about the last decade, digital photography has gotten so good and the technologies have gotten so good that unless you're specifically interested in film photography, you want to go digital. You save the cost of processing the film, the cost of buying the film, and with tools, both free and paid that are out there, virtually anything you can do with film photography, you can probably do with digital photography once you get good at it. So, the first choice you need to make, is film versus digital. Just laying it out real quick here. Unless you're really interested in film, go digital. And by the way, when I started going down this path with my new camera, I looked at that. I did look at some film cameras because I grew up with them, and I said, nope, I'm going to go digital. So, first choice, digital versus film. Vast majority of you, probably digital. That's the direction I went. Have a good day.